good evening, good evening. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Hey, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Welcome. Good evening, good morning, wherever you are, because I cannot take for granted that everybody is on the East Coast time with me. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever your time zone is. Hello and hiya. So I pray that you all have had a phenomenal day. I pray that you had a joyful day. I pray that you smiled today. I pray that you laughed today. I pray that you giggled today. I pray that you blushed today. I pray that you received some amazing news that was like eye opening. News that brought such great joy to you. I pray that you live your life in great expectation. I pray that you are well, right? So, good evening once again. For those of you all who do not know me, my name is Dr. JaNee Mobley. I'm affectionately known as Dr. JaNee. I work with God fearing women who desire to take their idea and make money from it all while they work their 9 to 5. And specifically, what makes me different or what sets me apart from anybody else who does what I do? One, I'm me, and nobody else can be me. I don't care how hard they try. I don't care whatever it is that they do. They can take the same thing that I said and say it, but they'll never be me. They can take the same content and say it, and they'll never be me. So the same thing holds true for you. I don't care if your idea is something that somebody else is doing. What sets you apart from somebody else is the fact that you are you and nobody else can be you the way that you can be you. So come on in real quick. Excuse me. On October 14th, I am hosting the Know Your Worth conference for women who are ready to make money from their idea while they're working their 9 to 5. So if you know that is you, or if you know someone who has this vision, who's been talking about a book, a program, a product, and they just haven't hit the play button to take some initiation, and you know they need a little nudge or a hard push, I'm that person, but I'll do it in the right way, right? So make sure you text them this link to this live. In fact, text it to about maybe 2 or 3 people that you know. That would be great. So tonight I'm not going to be long before you all, because to be honest, I'm good and sleepy. Like, I woke up good and sleepy. Let me just say this. Okay, so the person that you are looking at is working a full-time job while building a business, while being a mom, a wife, because I'm a wife first, while being a mom, and while building her own business. And let me tell y'all, it is not an easy thing, especially right now, since I am marketing the conference and putting that together. Let me tell y'all something. It is no easy thing. However, one thing about me, I don't believe in grinding to get results. I believe in just working effortless, well, not working, well, working effortlessly and working very, very smart. However, while being all of the people that I am and having the responsibilities that I have, um, sometimes I have to make the short-term sacrifice, because we talked about this last night, making that short-term sacrifice for that long-term gain. And this is one of those times where I am making the short-term sacrifice of marketing, of going live daily, sometimes waking up early in the morning, sometimes going to bed a little bit late to get the things that I need to get done. Because guess what? In order for people to know the service, the products that I have, and the service that I provide, I have to be in the marketplace. And this is one of those times. So tonight we're going to answer, um, I want you to ask yourself, or if you are a woman who, and you can be really anybody, this can go for anybody. And you can apply this simple tip to any area of your life. But if you are building a business while you're working your job, sometimes it can be quite a bit. It can be quite a bit to really kind of like thrust yourself together after you've worked all day, right? Or worked all night. So, one of the things that I have to remind myself of, and I remember talking to a fellow entrepreneur. She opened up, her name is Dr. Teresa Mitchell. She opened up Total Care Pharmacy in Baconton, Georgia, very, very small town, and she brought her business there to the community. And her and I were talking one day, and she said something to me that really, really resonated with my spirit. And it was so simple, because one thing about me, I'm all about simplicity. Like, simplicity is the way that I love to live my life, because I know that the Bible tells us that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, right? And hold on. Hold on. Don't allow. Okay, I'm just looking up a definition here. Um, okay. All right. So some synonyms for confusion means bamboozlement. I think that is so funny. I think that word is really, really funny. Bamboozlement, bewilderment, discombobulation is another word. Fog, bafflement, befuddlement, bewilderedness. So one of the things, and I try to apply this to every area of my life, whether it is my diet, my health, the things I consume, the way I parent. I always think from a place of simplicity, because I understand that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, right? And anything that's going to bewilder me, anything that's going to cause a fog, anything that's going to bring confusion into my life, I stay very, very far from it. So I apply the same mindset to my business. Same mindset in the way that I build my business while I work. So I believe in simplicity. One thing that I will encourage you to do is to embrace simplicity. It reduces a lot of the stress, and it keeps you committed, right? So, one of the daily questions that I ask myself is, what can I do today? What is the one thing, especially if I have a lot going on, or if I'm sleepy, or I have to do whatever? What is the one thing I can do today to get me closer to the goal for my business? What is that one thing? That one thing, so as an example, that one thing for me today is going live, right, on YouTube, because I understand this is something God has given me more clarity on marketing as I go about. Excuse me. We can have the best product, the best service to offer over anybody. But the reality of it is if nobody knows that I have a product or a service that will serve them, that will impact them, good evening, that will impact them, that will improve them, what I have doesn't even matter. I'm going to give you an example. I'm studying McDonald's right now, so McDonald's is the place, okay? So when you think about food, right? There are a plethora of other restaurants that sell hamburgers, french fries, milkshakes, right? But the reason why McDonald's makes, hey, Cena, how are you, love? It's good to see you. Right? So, the reason why, thank you for joining me. The reason why, and if you know somebody on YouTube, or just send this link to two people that you know. So, the reason that makes McDonald's so successful, and which causes them to make money over and over and over and over and over again, is one, they have a stellar system in place and they implement the system. I'm glad you caught me. Glad you see me. Great, 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 great. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Okay. Did you see the link on Facebook, Cena? Just answer that for me. Just answer yes if you saw the link on Facebook that actually brought you here, or no. Okay, or whether it was the email. Just let me know because I'm trying to figure out something. So, what makes McDonald's so phenomenal is no email. Okay, perfect, perfect. So the emails are working. Facebook, I think, is just hiding my posts. I think Facebook is kind of like trying to reduce my posts because they see me on YouTube, but who cares, right? So what makes McDonald's so stellar is not the food, because there are a plethora of other places that sell amazing hamburgers and french fries. But McDonald's has a stellar system. And what McDonald's does is, I know, right? What McDonald's does is they market their product and their system dynamically. And they're consistent about it. That's the thing. McDonald's has a great system. If you want to be successful, and I really have realized this, people who are successful in business have a stellar system that they consistently repeat over and over and over and over and over again. And the second thing is that they market their system, they market their product, they market themselves well, that will draw in the people that they have been called to serve. You can watch TV, you can look at Facebook ads. McDonald's is capitalizing on emails, McDonald's is capitalizing on apps, right? Thank you, right? Think about this. And McDonald's has been around for decades. But yet and still, they're consistent with their system and they're consistent with their marketing. So, as you who are starting at the beginning, or you are restarting, you may have a whole bunch of stuff going on. You may be working a job, you may be somebody's mama, you may be somebody's wife, you may be doing all of these different things in the community. So, the fact of trying to figure out this whole system of marketing your business can be overwhelming while you're working your job. But you ask yourself the simple question every day: what is the one thing that I can do daily to work on my business? That's all you're going to do. Ask yourself that. You're going to ask yourself that question, because I truly believe when you ask a question, you will always get an answer. If you don't get an answer, a few minutes you're going to get an answer, because it just works that way. The second thing is once you answer that question, you got to implement it and consistently implement it. So let's take Dr. JaNee for an example, and I'll tell y'all the truth. From I work from about 8 to 5, sometimes a little bit later, sometimes a little bit earlier. We have 3 little people, okay, that I have to get up in the morning and get dressed and get out of the house. What is it? My husband has a business of his own. I'm building a business of my own, right? So I have all of these responsibilities, right? But the consistent thing that I have committed to doing, especially now that I'm marketing toward my conference, is going live every single day. And me going live every day is not just about me marketing for my conference, it's about me marketing myself and my product, well, and my service, right? Because even after the conference is over, my goal is still to draw in women who work a 9 to 5 and that are ready to take their idea and produce income from it. But the reality of it is if I don't consistently put myself out every day, right, make the short-term sacrifice for the long-term gain. People don't succeed in life because there's a magic pill or they grind, grind, grind. The reality of successful people is that they have a system in place. Successful business have a system in place and they market themselves consistently. That's how you succeed in business. It's all about commitment and consistency, and the two go together. We can sit here and talk all day about how much money we want to make and how successful we want to be in business. But you can believe that, but if the work does not partner with the belief, you will continue to get the same results that you got, which is absolutely nothing. The truth is, majority of us know what we need to do in order to be successful. We know what we need to do in terms of building our businesses. But the reality of it is that people do not hold themselves accountable long enough to see the results manifest. And even when the results are present, they don't continue to consistently do what is necessary to maintain the results. So the first question you ask yourself is, what can I do every day to get me closer to my business goals? That goal for you can be it can be, and it has to be, and here's the thing, you want to make sure that you market your business thing. It's next. Sorry, y'all. You want to make sure that you market your business as often as you want sales and even more. Because let me give y'all this perspective. There is so much noise in the marketplace, right? People are on TikTok, people are on Instagram, people are on YouTube. Now we got threads, Twitter done turned to X. We got all of these different things going on, and people are scrolling even more on their phone in some cases than they are their televisions. Then you have the distractions of everyday life, right? But here's the thing, you want to make sure that you present yourself consistently so that whenever your ideal client or customer has the problem that you solve, they know to pick up the phone, or they know to take their phone and inbox you or message you or go onto your site and enroll in your services or your product. But the reality of it is, if they don't know that you exist, how are they going to find you? What can I do every day to get me? Exactly. You're going to answer that question. That is the first tip to you even developing consistency. What can I do every single day to get me closer to my business goals? Here's the second tip. You want to make sure when you're creating this goal, and a lot of people get overwhelmed really, really easy, especially when you have a lot of stuff coming at you, right? So my whole thing is, and this is me as a coach, I focus more on consistency than a whole bunch of junk. So I'm really all about keeping things simple. Again, God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, right? So keep it simple. If you know figuring out 3 things to do in one day is too time consuming for you, figure out one. And what is the one simple thing that you can do every day that's not going to stress you out? What is the one simple thing that you can do every day or today that will allow you to rest once it's over? Excuse me, y'all. Hope y'all had y'all water today. No judgment. But what is the one simple thing? Because one thing that I understand is that a confused mind does nothing. And when things are simple, it's easier for people to commit to. So keep it simple. Everything in business should be simple. If you got a whole bunch of ideas going on, one thing about me, and I understand this, God created us just as Him. We are creators. Before anything comes in the natural or comes in the physical, it always happens in the spiritual. So we always see it before we see it. So in essence, this Apple iPhone that I'm on right now, somebody saw it in their head before they saw it in their hand. So every day, all day, naturally, just by the way that God created us, we're always getting ideas, always having aha moments. If I would show y'all my phone in my notes section, I literally have a category called Success and Wealth Institute. I got posts in there, I got real ideas in there, because God is always giving me things that I can be doing towards my business. But one thing I had to learn is I had to get focused. People, that's another tip. Focus people always finalize. Oh, that's good. Focus people always finalize. What do I mean? People who are focused always finished. finish. People who are focused, finish. Right? So when you have one thing that you're working towards, 9 times out of 10, you're going to finish that goal. You're going to complete that goal because you're focused on that goal. But when you have a whole list of 10 things that you got to do, or even 5 things that you got to do, if you anything like me and you look at them, that list of 5, you like, I don't want to do this. If you anything like me, you looking at that list like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do it. And it becomes overwhelming. Hey, Ramona, welcome back. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I see Cena, I see Ramona. Y'all have made my whole evening, right? So remember, focus people finalize. Focus people finish. When you are all over the place, there is chaos and confusion. Remember, the synonyms for confusion are bewildered. It means bamboozled. You're all over the place. So when you have a long list of stuff that you got to do, guess what? You're not going to do it. And it's going to and this is the other thing. When you have a long list of stuff that you have to do, it can be discouraging if your perspective is not in the right place. So majority of you all, I'm sure, are working full-time jobs and you have other responsibilities. So to come home and have to look at a very long list, right? That's okay. That is totally fine. I'll see you next time. It is okay. Trust me, the replay going to be up. Especially if you subscribe to my channel. You are totally fine, love. Thank you for coming by. Right? So you want to make sure that when you think about this thing, you always go back to the one thing. What is the one thing that I can do today to get me closer to my goals? And always keep it simple. If it's chaotic, then take it off the list. If it's overwhelming, ask yourself, is this something that I necessarily have to do? And if you have to do it, so let me give you an example. A lot of times, one of the big things now that really is getting people numbers on social media is live. And a lot of times people feel very uncomfortable going live, right? You may feel like you got to be perfect and all of that stuff, but you understand that this is something that's going to improve the outcome of your business. Take a deep breath. Don't overthink it, right? And give yourself a moment. Good evening, y'all. Give yourself a moment, right? But you want to always go back to keeping it simple. Some things you got to do. Some things you're going to have to push through. But you always go back to that one thing. I promise you, it works every single time. For me right now, it's going live. I commit to going live every night. And I plan on committing to going live consistently for the next couple of weeks, even after the conference is over, because I understand that it works. And if I want my brand to grow, if I want people to know who I am and the fact that I'm the person, I am your woman, if you or your coach, if you are ready to take your idea and make income from it, how else are people going to know? Right? So that's the simple thing. Keep it simple. If it's overwhelming, 9 times out of 10, you either need to take a step back, right? You either need to take a step back from it, pause, get yourself together, or it may be something that you just don't need to do that day. And that's some other mindset work that you're going to have to work through. So again, let's go back and review this. It does work. I'm a witness. It does. Keep it simple. It's a tip that you can use for your health. Okay? Trying to figure out and trying to take away all the sugar or trying to take all away the bread and one day is too much. Okay, start with a gallon of water. Okay, a gallon of water is too much. Well, let me drink a cup of water a day. Start somewhere. Keep it simple. Focus people finish. Focus people finalize. Focus people get it done. Chaotic people get nowhere. Chaotic people, people in confusion, do nothing. And God is nowhere in the midst of that. And while we are building our businesses, while we're building our lives, we want God to be present every step of the way. So that's what I got for y'all tonight. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel if y'all are interested in coming to the conference, and I'm so excited to meet y'all. Make sure you head on over to the link in the description and get more details and enroll. I mean, make sure you register. If not, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all again tomorrow. So make sure again y'all hit the subscribe channel, subscribe button. See, you ain't got to be perfect, do none of this. Yay, you subscribe. Yay. And if you haven't, make sure you text this link to 2 people you know. As always, I appreciate you all. And remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all. Yeah, I'm excited to see you at the conference, Zena. Good night, y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Good night.